Hello, welcome to my final presentation. I'm Jason Woodworth-Hou, and the app that I'll be showing you today is called X-Story. The whole idea behind X-Story is that you are to find historical places that are documented in photos and then be able to insert yourself into those historical photos by being able to find locations on a map, as you can see here. This was earlier for my midterm where I had done this work where you can label places on a map where photos appear, and you'll see coming up here is the new feature that I've just created for this final. And here's a scene that took place with Charlene Hunter in 1963. And you can see here that we can now take a photograph by creating a transparency over the top of the photographic surface. And you can resize that transparency. And you can see here in just a minute the photo that I took with a friend of mine. And we were able to line up the arches and the columns from the arches here. And then we go over to the Charlene Hunter photo, and now the mix of the two. And so now, and there is myself as well. And so now I'm hoping that we are the first ones to do this, where we superimpose the present onto the past in a very useful device that helps us line that up immediately. Here's a picture of the chapel that I really like a lot. And you can see the old bell tower in the chapel, and the two mixed together now with the old and the new. And it moves over to New College. Again, the location on the map, so you can find the place where the photo was actually taken. And then we take that photo, build an opaque transparency card over the top of the camera, and you can resize it again to suit your needs. And again, you can see in this photo coming up how we were able to line up my friend to look as if she was being an umpire during this game. So here's the photo that was taken recently, and the old photo. And now those two can be superimposed on top of each other. And eventually this app will be doing this all for the user. So another item that we did were the old college Yahoos. And you can see the location on the map. The idea then would be people would be able to share all over the world eventually their historical photos and also their recreations with themselves inside of it. So it could be a good deal of fun. This one came off a little creepy to me, actually. You can see here coming up my friend who got lined up with the photo. And then the original. And then the two superimposed with each other. So you do get a real sense of you being part of living history being inserted into these architectural spots. And that's the thing, is you really do need to have a place that is architecturally telling a story, and it's the same architecture that existed before. I'm also showing here how you can pull out pictures from your own photo gallery and use those as your background transparency. So here, obviously, this was done during Vietnam at the military building in 1967, I believe, and my friend there. And then the superimposed picture of her at the military building. And then the final one, this is the third UGA football team, and it is one of my favorites, and so I always come back to it. And it's actually one of the pieces that inspired me the most to build this app. So you can see here on the north end of Moore Hall is where this photo was taken. And in this one, there's the transparency that's coming up right here, right there. And in this one, my son and my wife took a photo, and we lined it up using this new app. So coming up right here is my son and my wife in the old photo, and the two superimposed on top of one another. So I hope that this gives you an idea of what the app will eventually be looking like. I had a lot of fun building it, and thank you for taking a look at this.